Did you know Japan had underwater suicide torpedoes in World War II? Not planes, torpedoes, guided by men on one-way missions. This is just the surface of a deeper story. A nation pushed to its limits, deploying balloon bombs across oceans, hiding cities in plain sight, and carving factories into mountains. Let's uncover the hidden war Japan waged with secrecy, sacrifice, and innovation. 1. Kaiten, the human torpedoes. They were called Kaiten, meaning return to heaven. These weren't just torpedoes. They were manned weapons, modified to carry massive explosives. A pilot would climb inside, lock the hatch, and steer the torpedo directly into enemy ships. No escape, no return. The psychological burden was unimaginable, but many volunteered, driven by duty, nationalism, or desperation. These missions were rarely successful militarily, but they embodied a chilling fusion of human resolve and wartime extremity. 2. Camouflaged cities and decoy towns. Japan faced relentless bombing by Allied planes, so they got creative, camouflaging military targets to look like ordinary towns or forests. Factory rooftops were painted to mimic rice fields. Critical buildings were covered with foliage or netting, blending into the countryside. In some cases, entire decoy towns were constructed nearby to divert bombers. It wasn't magic, it was meticulous strategy, and sometimes it worked. American pilots passed over farmland, never realizing warplanes were being built beneath the trees. 3. The Fugo balloon bombs. Japan's next idea was bold. Attack America. From the sky. They launched over 9,000 hydrogen-filled balloons, each carrying explosives. These Fugo bombs were carried by the jet stream across the Pacific. Their goal? Start forest fires. Spread fear. A few actually made it. In 1945, one balloon landed in Oregon. When a family found it, it exploded, killing a pregnant woman and 5 children. It became the only fatal enemy attack on the U.S. mainland during World War II. 4. Underground factories beneath the mountains. As Allied bombing intensified, Japan moved its war production underground, literally. Massive tunnel systems were carved into mountains. Inside, workers assembled weapons, airplane parts, and munitions in near-total darkness. Conditions were brutal: poor ventilation, constant danger, and limited light. Yet these hidden factories kept Japan's war machine running. One of the most ambitious examples was the Matsushiro Underground Complex, meant to house the imperial government itself. A fortress beneath the earth, shielded from the bombs above. 5. The rise and fall of the Zero fighter. Early in the war, Japan's Zero fighter ruled the skies. It was fast, agile, and had unmatched range. Allied pilots feared it. But over time, the tide turned. The Zero was light, but lacked armor and self-sealing fuel tanks. As newer Allied planes emerged, Japanese pilots found themselves outgunned. Many were sent on missions with dwindling support, facing overwhelming odds. The mental toll was devastating. Skill and bravery were no longer enough. 6. The Kamikaze who never died. Not all Kamikaze pilots completed their missions. Some were held in reserve. Others returned due to weather, engine failure, or last-minute recalls. After the war, a few survivors wrote haunting memoirs. They spoke of fear, regret, and the unbearable conflict between duty and the will to live. These writings challenge the myth of the kamikaze as fearless robots. They were human, often young, often uncertain, thrust into one of the most extreme forms of warfare ever devised. 7. The War of Codes, Purple and JN-25. Beneath the bombs and bullets was another battle, a war of intelligence. Japan used advanced cryptography to protect military and diplomatic messages. The Purple Code baffled Allied codebreakers until they cracked it revealing crucial diplomatic secrets. Meanwhile, the JN-25 Naval Code guarded the movement of Japan's warships. Breaking it gave the Allies a massive advantage, especially at the Battle of Midway, where U.S. forces ambushed Japan's fleet based on intercepted messages. In this invisible war, math and machines turned the tide. So many layers remain hidden in Japan's World War II story. Suicide torpedoes, disguised cities, floating bombs, underground arsenals, pilot confessions, coded shadows. Each reveals a nation grappling with total war, through ingenuity, sacrifice, and sometimes sheer desperation. If you could step back in time, what would you want to witness? The launch of a Kaiten? The painting of a camouflaged rooftop? The final thoughts of a kamikaze pilot? Let us know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more hidden history, from the forgotten to the unbelievable.